All right, welcome to this another Grease Monkey a stream, stream. It's good to be here on another Saturday, doing it, being consistent, healing through. I have this new webcam software that blurs out my background. My green screen, I broke it. Well, it's basically a line that goes between two walls, and I was playing VR, and then I broke I broke the cable, so the wall got torn out a bit, but I didn't have time to set up another green screen, so I figured out this solution where uh oh, is there no sound? One, two, three. Can you hear me? Um, let's see. So my microphone. You can hear me? Well, I'm gonna talk now. Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Testing, testing. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Okay. Well, anyway, so thank you, Patrick. So today, what was I saying? Oh yeah, broke my green screen. Didn't have time to set it up. So I set up this blurry background bit, and I think I like it a little better. I don't have to like set up a green screen and stuff. That's really nice. So today we're gonna not be doing grease pencil related stuff. I think we're taking a little modeling day. I've been learning how to draw. I bought another book here. I bought the How to Render by Scott Robertson. Oh, it's blurry. Look at that. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I bought that. Been learning how to. I have both of his books now, so I've been learning how to draw on my own, pen and paper, grease, Krita, all that stuff. But today we're gonna be hanging out, and we're gonna be using. We're gonna be making a 3D environment because I was working on a previous project that needed a 3D environment. So I wanted to, start that over again and see if I can make it even better. So I have three add-ons that I'm using today, and the add-ons I'm using are KitOps, and Machine Decal or Decal Machine. Let me turn on my screencast keys. So yeah, I'm using these three add-ons, and these add-ons you have to pay for them. I paid for them like a while ago. They're like $35. One of them's $50. I bought them on the Blender Market, but it's used to like make quick iterative works or 3D. It's made to model sci-fi environments faster, which is what I've been wanting to do for a while. And you'll see how fast it is. And let me show you some of them and the prices that I paid. So it was KitOps 2 Pro. This is like an add-on to it, KitOps Synth, and then Decal Machine. And I'll show you how all these work. They are a bit pricey. This one's $50. $35. But honestly, really worth it. They work so well once you have it all set up. Hope you guys don't mind this train going on. It kind of soothes me. So let me go back here. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna work on this time around. Intro's almost over, so then we'll get to doing it. Hope everybody's doing well. If you have any questions, please ask. If you have anything you want to say, Susan, I hope you hear me. I think the sound is good on my end, so maybe check your sound. Patrick seems to be able to hear me, so please let me know. And here we go. Here we're gonna jump on it. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. All right, so let's see what we got here. So let's do some. Since I'm not gonna be using my tablet, I'm gonna move my tablet to the side here. Plug it. Oh, shit. I'm gonna move my keyboard. In fact, let me just move. I have a little setup here that I have. Don't really need it. Okay, there we go. Much clearer. Okay, so let's work through some of this stuff here. So let's go into rendered mode. Ooh, is my mouse not working? Okay. So here we go. We're in rendered mode. We got a little character here. Our character, I put him here just for size reference. He is so short. I'm just kidding. He's 2 meters. So what is that? 6 feet, which is like a relatively tall man. And oh, hold on. Okay. So yeah, he's a relatively tall man here. And we're gonna build out an environment for him. So we're gonna just disable him for now. Boop. Okay, and we're gonna see how this add-on works. Let's start off with synth, right? So we'll do synth, and we will do load recipe. And we'll do Chordal final. Let's just see what this looks like. Do it. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Oh man. So this looks kind of ridiculous. Take some extras. Text info. And we will use our camera here. And we will dive in. This is pretty interesting add-on because like you can have multiple different types of hallways. So if I just hit like main seed, you can change the shape of the hallway, which is pretty neat. Pretty ridiculous. Susan, hello, can you hear me? Are you doing okay? How's your day? How's your week going, Susan? How is Tasmania? Oh man. It's pretty interesting floor here. I guess that's like glass that's on the floor. And you can just hit the seed and just do tons of different hallways, which is a lot of fun. But this is just a recipe that's pre-made. I want to see if I can just make my own room, but I'm just showing you how fast it can be. What's crazy about this is that, oh, it's not even that many faces. 90,000 faces here on the bottom right. You can see the verts, 133,000. It's really not a lot. Okay, so let's erase all this. Let me erase. Oops, then when I erase all that. Uh-oh. Nice. Nice. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Alright, so we're gonna clear all this. Can we clear this? Clear. Alright, we're just gonna erase all this. We're gonna start over. Erase all my inserts. Can I just go and reopen this? There we go. All my stuff is here. Okay. Okay, cool. So let's make a room. He's obviously like a tall man, 6 foot high. And we want to build kind of like a room that's has like big vault doors. Wish I had some like reference here. Maybe I can Can bring up some reference here to show you guys. Let's see. So I'm bringing up reference so I can show you what I am talking about. All right, so here's some of the reference that we're going to be going with. This is something I made before using like Decom Machine and stuff. And it's like a little sci-fi hall or room, right? And that back there is kind of like a hallway that goes like up to this room. So if I'm looking at this room correctly, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 walls that we're going to be taking into consideration here. And I think they look pretty cool. So let's build up those 6 walls. Let me minimize this so I can always bring them back. And we'll start off with building the floor. And then we'll build the walls. And we'll work from there. Let's hope this works correctly. So I'm gonna make a floor. It appeared below my below my grid here. So I'm gonna delete it and make sure to hit Shift C. Shift C, and that brings my cursor right to the center. So wherever your cursor is where the object appears, right? So just keep that in mind. And then hit Shift A. We'll hit a plane. I'm gonna go to edit mode, and we're gonna look at the information here of the plane. Is it tool? Hold on. Where's my information? Oh, actually, let's go out of edit mode, do it in object mode, and I'm gonna look at the X and Y here. It's 2 meters. Like, how big is a? We're gonna do like maybe like a 20-foot room, 20 feet by 20 feet. What is that? 369. So 6 meters. Let's do 6 meters. And now that I'm looking at this with his size reference, right? It's pretty small. So we'll make it longer. And on the X, maybe maybe 12 meters. So 2 by 1. So since I did this in object mode, make sure to hit Shift A or Control A. Actually, Control A, and do all apply transformations. So now it's back to 1, 1, 1. And that's very important for when you add like modifiers later and stuff. So first, let's build up. I want to build up some walls here. So let's build up the left and the right walls. First, I'm going to go to edit mode, press 2 for lines, press E, and then hit Z, and we'll go all the way up. And then I'm looking at the Z axis over here on the top right, if you can see my mouse. And we're going to move this up like 12-foot ceilings. Does that make sense? That feels like a small room. Let's make it a big room. Maybe like 15-foot ceilings. So we'll do 5 meters. Yeah, it's hard to convert that into my head. So we're going to move it 5 up. There we go. And that's good. Okay, so let's start using the add-on to see if it messes up. So I'm gonna go to edit mode, hit 3. I'm gonna choose the left wall. We'll work on the left wall first, and then let's try doing the recipes, and then let's try making it on our own. So let's do the recipe. So we'll go to synth. I'm gonna go to recipes, and we're gonna do the ones that it came with, which is sci-fi wall final. There it is. I have the wall selected that I want. I go out into object mode and I hit do it. It looks like it's a little messed up. So let's iterate it again. Auto update. Something seems to be going wrong, so I'm gonna go to transformation and put the padding down, maybe to 0.1. 5. Is this working at all? I wish you could show me if it's processing or not. We might have to do this a different way instead of cutting into the wall here. Because I think it probably needs to be a cube. So let's clear it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this wall and I'm going to hit E. So I'm extruding it out. It will make it just like a block size like this. I'm going to go into 1. I'm going to go to edit mode, press 1. So I go into vertex select. I'm going to select these vertices here. And if you hit F, right, that adds a face to it. So now we got a nice little box here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it now again. So let's try this again. So we'll choose the face. And then we will go into synth. We already have our recipe. Loaded, I think. Yes. And then we'll hit do it. And now this feels like it's going the wrong way. So my scale, let's put this to 0. And let's put 0.5. I feel like I'm doing this wrong. Let's do it again. Alright, so let's try this. Let's select our cube, hit V. Oh, I can't. I'm gonna hit I'm gonna try and separate this box from the floor. So the way I'm gonna do that is I'm going to see how when I grab it, it's connected to the floor. If you hit V, I think it's Y. Is it Y? No, it's V. So if you hit V, it should rip it. Oh, see, it ripped it from there. And we'll hit V again. Alright, so that's not working. So let's just delete this wall and just add a cube here. Oh man, this is 3D, man. Just trial and error. So I'm gonna just delete the faces. I'm gonna make a cube. And I want the cube to line up perfectly with this line here. So I'll show you how to do that. So I'm gonna move it to where I think it is. And this is the way I like to do it. You can obviously do it with snapping, the snapping tool up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to edit mode, press 2, pick the line, hit shift S and move cursor to selected. So that puts my cursor right on that line in the middle. Then I can right click, hit set origin and put origin to 3D cursor. So now our origin's right on that center there. And then now, oh, maybe I should use my snapping. Yes. So activate snapping here. We'll hit grab and we'll snap. And I'm going to do by edge, center. So now it snaps right to the edge, which is what I want. But let me see if there we go. So I'm hitting G for grab, hitting X, and having the snapping on, and boom, I snapped it right. It doesn't look like it is actually. Hold on. That is not snapped there. There we go. So now we have it snapped to that edge, and then to make sure it's centered, I'll center it on the Y. So making Y go 0. So what's great about having the origin here, right, is that I can now size it up so it fits the size that it's supposed to be. So I guess this number has to be 3. There you go. Okay. Let's try this again. Maybe this time it'll work. And if not, we're going to stop using recipes and we're just going to make it on our own. Alright, so load recipes. I already have it. Sci-fi wall. I selected it. We hit do it. There we go. So this wall is not being made. which is pretty good. So I'm gonna hit main seed, and I'm just gonna keep clicking until I see a wall I like. Feels like there's not that many choices here. Feels like it's just like a block. Oh, we got a concave one. One that sticks out. I like this wall, but I feel like it needs to be a little smaller. Let's keep hitting main seed. We'll just keep going. There's not that many choices. So let's pick this wall for now. So when I'm looking at the recipe, it says do first and then bake, right? So I did first. Great. So I'm going to bake it now. So bake object. So now our object is there. And there it is. We also have this weird artifacting here. Can I undo the bake? Okay. I'm going to, if I remember, I saw these tutorials. So let's do, where is it? Optimization. We'll do exact. And then let's see. Okay, now we'll bake it. Bake object, remove unused. We have some weird artifacting, or not artifacting, but like the shading on there. So to fix that, if you ever have these issues, just go into object data properties, go to normals, click on auto smooth, and now we got our smooth looking sci-fi wall, right? Now, the next part we have to do is the next part of the recipe, right? And the recipe is right here. So do first, then bake. So I did all these. So now the middle section. It says select 3 columns in the middle. So let's select 3 columns in the middle. Let's select this whole part of the recipe. And the columns in the middle are going to be these columns, right? So I'm going to select 3. I guess I could select all of them. But I'll select... I guess I'll select these, right? So that's decent. So now we will hit do on the recipe and see what that looks like. So let's try it again. Actions. We have our middle selected with the base edge control. Boom, boom, boom. We have exact for optimization. And we'll hit do. Let's see what it does. Hopefully it doesn't crash Blender here. Okay. So now, let's see if we can look at this without the lines. We have some like textures on the wall here that look pretty good. I need this to be a different color though. Let me make this a different color. Since it's gonna be metal, I'm gonna put a matte cap on it, and I'm gonna make it a metal color. Maybe like, no, maybe something shiny, so the like shininess. Okay, cool. So I got some stuff going on here. It's looking pretty cool. And what's great is I can keep going. If I don't like this, I'm just gonna hit seed. I'm gonna put it back to 0. Let's see how long this takes. I should time this. Oh man, it takes a bit of time. Did it change already? Did I not notice it? Oh, it did change. I didn't even notice it. Cool. So as you see, it takes like 5-10 seconds. Wise Books, welcome to the chat. Anyway, as you see, when I change the main seed, we get some different looking designs. Honestly, now this looks pretty empty here. So that's pretty cool though. Let's look at it without the stuff. And let's see if I could actually just put a material on here. Maybe I should just put a material on here. There we go. We got these panels that are going that are looking pretty cool. And this wall is looking sci-fi. Cool. So then the next thing, you know, it kind of adds a little texture to it. The next thing I want to add is whatever this next thing is. So we're gonna unselect these. We'll hit lower. So select entire lower faces. So that's what we'll do. We'll select all the entire lower faces and see how much computing this takes, and then we'll bake it and then see if we like what we want at the end, and then we'll start doing it manually because I think that's where the magic is at. Anyway, so we'll select the bottom rows here. We have lower cables and panel, and we will hit do it, and let's see what that looks like. It's gone. Oh, I should have, darn it. Okay. So let's see what this looks like. Cool. So this looks like, you know, some panels are like out and the cables are going through. So that's pretty cool. Okay, and let's just do the next one. So lower, and we'll do upper. Upper cables. And select the upper faces. So that's what we'll do. Then we're going to bake it and then duplicate it and see if that works for us. So we got the upper cables lights. And we'll hit do it. After we've selected it, then we'll bake it all and see if it doesn't explode. So we'll hit do it. And this adds some lights and some stuff up here. Unless this is supposed to be on the roof. This is probably, I wonder if this is like a roof thing. Okay, great. So we got our sci-fi wall made with these two add-ons that are pretty cool. And I think we can add even some more textures to this, but I'm gonna do it a different way. So let's bake this. Okay. So let's bake it, and then that will make it so it's not doing all these. Because if you look at these modifiers, it's like insane. Look at this. Difference union, difference union, difference union, difference union. So many. So yeah, I have that selected. I'm going to hit bake object, see if it works. Don't explode. Okay. That worked, I think. We're going to hit remove unused wires. Great. Hit it again. Okay. Okay. So, this wall here, it's like 404,000 faces. I feel like that's a lot, you know? That's my opinion, just for this wall. Anyway, now that we have this wall, let me see if I can move this around. Can I move it around? Great. So the wall can move around. Can we bake these objects? Bake. Alright, so we have the wall. I want to see if I can combine this whole thing to be just one piece. So I'm going to select it all. So you select everything. And if you ever want to combine objects, this is how you do it. So you select all your objects, the box select here, and it usually, sometimes it messes up. This is why I don't do it all the time. Susan says that's a cool what's the add-on? Is it free or buy? Susan, it is a add-on that I bought, and it is these add-ons. Let's see if I can bring it up here. So it's using it's two add-ons, right? So it's this add-on where it's KitOps, right? And then I'm using an extension of it, which is called Synth. And what it does is it uses all the tools to add in all the sci-fi elements, and then makes a recipe and blends it together. And I'll show you how that works. I use it because I just want to do this pretty quickly. Sometimes you just want to breeze through. But like, if I were to make, you know, the way that you usually use it is kit ops here, right? So then I have this floor. You know, I pick something that I want, so I'll use like a cutter, and I pick the thing that you want. So then let's say I wanted to like have this indent here, and then I hit add insert, and then I can insert the thing that I want here, and it actually cuts into it and makes it look cool. See, there you go, and you can start adding inserts. I think that's the best way to do it. I think I haven't used KitOps. I've been using it with Synth, but that's basically it. You get all these different tools. You put it in. It's very useful. You know, add insert. Something's wrong here though. I think I'm doing this wrong. Let's see if I can bring in a cube and just do it on a cube. So if I had the cube and I had it add insert, there it is. That works better. And it inserts it in there. Am I doing this wrong? I think there's something off here. Oh, smart. I think that's what I'm doing wrong. Anyway, pretty neat. We're going to start using it this way after I test out more of this wall so I can make it. Jacobs TV says, MetaMask, are you on crypto? I am dabbling with NFTs. I'm trying to see if it's worth it at all to do it. What is your take, Jacob, on the whole crypto stuff? Are you on crypto? Do you use crypto? I'm curious on what people's experiences are. There it is. This feels more accurate to what I was trying to do. And then, Susan. So I guess I have to do it in edit mode. So you go in here. Let me remove this. Can I just remove it? Get ops props. So yeah, I guess you do it in edit mode. You go to edit mode, and then you select the face. Where's my face? There you go. Edit mode, select the face, select the thing that you want. So let's do like some tech. I'm gonna insert this. Hit insert. And then you insert the thing that you want. It works pretty well. It looks awesome, honestly. Like it just works so well. And then the second one that I'm using is Decal Machine, and what it does is it doesn't even use models. It just uses kind of like stickers to make things look good. Let's see. See if I can do it here. We'll go, and I think this one's in object mode, so you can add a sticker. Let's add a panel. And you can add like sticker panels that kind of has, it looks like it's modeled, but it's not. It's just kind of like a sticker that you stick on the wall. And that's what I'm going to use in conjunction with this stuff here. Anyway, let me delete all this stuff. Okay, let's keep going. I think what I was doing was making sure that this is just one piece. So I'm gonna select everything. All right, so select it all. Jacob, yes, I invested in several projects. Unfortunately, nothing related to NFTs. Ethereum transactions are extremely expensive, and there are too many NFTs. Agreed. The transactions are super expensive. Just to make an artwork, it costs like $15-$20. Alright, I didn't even realize we're going to take a break. I guess that perfectly segues into chatting here. So let's go take a break. And let me see if I can make my background not visible. 1 second. There we go. Alright, cool. So, and then I also put my references that I'm using. There we go. But yes, NFTs, they're kind of crazy. I don't know. I have a different feeling about how NFTs work every single day. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't like them. It's a weird thing. It's very new and people don't fully, a lot of people, we don't know what's going to happen, you know? On another note, how's everybody doing out there in the chat? What are you guys working on? What are you guys watching? What are you guys playing? You know, what? Tell me about you during this break. I'll do some stretching while we do this. This app is actually pretty neat. I don't need a green screen. It is a little janky, like it's a little fluttery and stuff. But I don't know. It works for me. Like I feel like I'm like transferring out, phasing out, and glitching out. I see there's 6 people watching. Thank you guys, all 6 of you out there for even participating in this and just hanging out with me really, because we're just going through trying to make some sci-fi work. My main goal I think is to like, you know, at the end of the stream, you know, have some sort of sci-fi room kind of built or kind of set up. And start using the add-ons in a more manual way. Right now I'm using automated features and stuff just to see how it works. But I want to get a good workflow with these 3 add-ons to like start making sci-fi rooms and sci-fi scenes a lot faster. I think these add-ons are like so good and I just have to learn how to use them and stuff. YS Books is good. I just released my 4th episode of my animated series. Nice. Good job, YS Book. It's very hard to make things. It's very hard to complete projects. So being on your 4th episode is really good, and you should be really proud of yourself. Because like I said, starting something and finishing something, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of work, a lot of emotions, and you have to like look at your artwork and see all the good stuff from it and also all the flaws. So good job making it. Be proud, celebrate. Oh man. But yeah, this is the scene that we were making before. This is all just flat, all like the floor, the walls. It's not even modeling. And you can probably tell too. It's just kind of like these essentially 3D stickers that we're using. You know what? Maybe I could just open it up right now. We can kind of explore it as I start building up this scene. So let me save the scene. And then we're going to open it up on this break. So you said things are good here. Been using Ken's by Ape and B3D this week. And also painted my real shoes. Oh, that sounds like a fun project. Painting your shoes. Like, did you have white shoes and then paint them like different colors and stuff? And then using Ken's by Ape. Ken's by Ape. Let's see. Or am I reading that wrong? Is it not Ken's by Ape? And B3D. Oh, Academy? Lesson plans? Anyway, that sounds like fun though. Painting your shoes sounds like a real fun time. Honestly, I wish I always think about getting some like white canvas shoes and painting on them. All right, let's open up our first scene that we first had on our break. And then we'll look at it from what it looks like here. Oh, Ken shape. Nice. So yeah, this is if you look at the scene that I'm starting to rebuild, I like it, but it feels a little, I don't know, it could probably be a little better. We can see the inside. I got like these props going on in here and stuff. But if you look at it, all this, these are just essentially stickers. Like I could like take these off the wall. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, these are just kind of like, oh my god. These are kind of just stickers that are just stuck onto the wall that that make it look like there's like models. They have normal maps, which that's what gives it the ability to reflect lighting. So if you look at this one in particular, you can see that the lighting is affecting it, right? And it kind of gives that illusion that it is like sticking out of the wall, even though really it's not. It's a sticker. It's really flat, and it just reflects the light in such a way that it like tricks your eye. I think it looks pretty good overall, you know. I just wanted to have more, I guess, modeling into this stuff. Like, let's see if I can look at another one that's a better example. Like these grates, they look like they're in there. Like you can like look into the grate, but if you like circle around, it's really nothing. It's just being affected by the light, that's all. They will go real flat, and you can see here that it's not even modeled. Just a sticker. Anyway, wanted to show you that from where we were coming from, and then the difference between, you know, that and this is like immense. Like this is actually you know, actually sticking out and modeled and huge. And honestly, you need a pretty decent computer to start getting into these like really dense scenes. If you look at the scene, it's like 4,000 faces. And if we go to the scene that I made with everything that I had, and this is why I like working the other way too. It is 173,000. This is like one half. All the stuff that's in here is half of just that wall that exists on the other one, which is pretty crazy, you know? You said you sent an email of the shoes. All right, here's Susan's shoes she painted, and they look a lot of fun. And you painted them on black Crocs. That's pretty fun. Look at that little blue robot and a pink robot. What type of paint did you use to paint onto the Crocs material? Isn't the Crocs material kind of like resistant to paints and stuff? Anyway, pretty neat. Good job on the shoes. Accentuate in here. And I just think it's easier to read things when you can see the different objects and what they're a part of and stuff. And you use Luminaire paint. Neat. Alright, so here we go. We're going back into the fray of 3D modeling. What'd you say? Okay. Can you hear me? People in the chat, let me know if you can hear me. Because I was having some sound problems and I think I fixed them. We are back in business. So let's keep going. I think I figured it out. I have a weird sound setup on my computer that I have to turn off before I start, and I forgot to turn it off. So hopefully that fixes the issue. All right, thanks guys. All right, so let's start over. 30 minutes. We're doing this again. We're combining these walls. There's a lot of these different elements here that I just wish were just in one piece. It looks like everything. Jacob, Patrick, thank you. Good stuff. Okay, so it looks like everything here. And what I'm looking for is a little blue wrench on the outliner. And that shows me if there's any like modifiers on anything. Because I don't understand why me combining these, let's combine them now, messes anything up. Like if I wanted to just... Active is not a selective mesh. If I did these, hit Control J. What if I just did it this way? Control J. See, I'm just combining all these. Look at all these things. I don't want them. I don't want them. So we're going to select all of these. And hopefully that fixes my issue here. So select it. Control J. Okay. It's looking okay right now. We're going to go to the switch. And I'm making sure that all these little triangles mean it's a mesh. So making sure they're all just meshes, alright? Selected all those. Control J. Okay, so what is this piece now? Oh, what? Oh, no. All those pieces gone? Oh, they're gone from the walls. Okay, so let's undo. I think I'm ruining this, guys. Okay. Try this one more time. I'm going to select all of them, and I think the issue is hit Control A, and I applied all the transforms. Okay. Okay. What is this? Oh, this is a decount machine. Okay. Great. So I'm going to select all of these again. And it crashed. Too intense. Too intense. Alright. Let's see if we can recover our save. And work about this in a less intense way so it stops crashing. Alright, so file, recover, last session. File, recover, auto saves. Okay, we recovered it. We'll hit save. Convert the mesh. And after this, like I said, this is so big. 800 tries for like a smaller. If my computer wasn't decent, this would be terrible. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna select all these. I just want to be able to do an array of this and see if it works. Control A. All transforms. That didn't change anything, did it? No, it didn't. So all transforms. Okay. And then can I hit Control J and combine them all? I hit Control J. Let's do it here. Let's select these. Control J. Okay, great. And they're becoming one piece. They're just separate pieces now, and then they become one piece. So let's look at it in this view. All right. So let's select all these. Control J. Control J these. Control J. Okay. All right. So this time I think it's gonna work. We're gonna select all of it. Because there's so much stuff. And then Control J. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Now we're gonna get all these. Select them all. Control J. We're gonna get this rack, and the panel. Control J. And then we're gonna select the final panel, which is this cube. And this. Control J. And that's where the mess up happens. Why can't I just combine these? That's fine. We'll just call this wall. We will make a collection out of it. Oops. We'll make a collection. We will put these both in a collection there. I will erase everything that's extra here. So all of this stuff is useless to me right now. And then I'm gonna add an array, right? And we're gonna see if this looks decent. And quite a process. So added an array, and we're gonna let's do it. Oh, it's so intense. It's taking so long to load. And then we'll do another array. We'll do the same thing. But we'll make sure it's going down the Y. Okay. And now we got a wall going. But also this thing here, I gotta delete this. Space. Yeah, this, I don't think this is a good way to work. I think it's too intense for my liking. And there's just too much, I don't know. We're at 2 million, guys. Look at this. We are at 2,500,000 tries. 1 million faces. I just don't like it. I don't like it. It is too intense. But let's see what it looks like through a render. Let's see. We move the camera up. And we get real close here. And that looks, texture's all wrong. It's all crunchy. I think combining everything wasn't too good. So let's now model it by hand, and then use the tools that we have to make it easier. So I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna start from square one. And it's just so intense. So let's use a recipe, huh? Let's do that. And then we'll do it by hand. So I'm gonna make him not visible. We are going to make a cube. We're also gonna reset our camera. Boom. 9000. 0. We'll move this further back. We'll go here. We will keep this view. I'm gonna make a second view. I'm also gonna make this smaller. I want you to be able to see through the camera while I work on this. So we'll take all the doohickeys off of this one. Okay, we'll make the cube. And maybe I'm using it wrong where it's getting too intense, but I don't know. It's a little too intense. We're gonna load the recipe. The recipe is a corridor final. Great. We're gonna select the face here in the front, then go back to object mode, and then we're going to hit. What is happening? Okay, insert placement. All right, we're just gonna start from a fresh piece here. 3. This is why add-ons kind of like, I don't know. Every time they mess up, it just sets you back so far. So load recipe, corridor final, and then we're gonna hit do it. And we're just gonna work with this right now. We're gonna take off all these extra lines, and we are going to travel through this hallway here. See if we can get this object here. I'm gonna get this object, and I'm also gonna bake it so it can run faster. You see how it's all jittery? So bake all the object. Ooh. Okay. See what this looks like. Do a quick render. I mean, it looks decent. Looks good, I mean, not decent. Oh man, but there's just so much modeling in here. This is always like the struggle when making with this stuff, because I'm always thinking about how fast this runs, and you know, obviously we can go to like, you know, a matte cap here. Choose a matte cap, right? Make it like silver or shiny. Put random objects, and then we can see these a lot better. Like, be able to see this. I don't know how it's supposed to be, but my computer runs slow sometimes. Like, I'm trying to see what I can add. So I'm gonna keep this here, and I'm gonna see if I can model something, I guess, somewhat similar to this without using so many stuffs. Getting rid of a lot of visual stuff, so like, this can be okay. Okay, let's see if we can model something on our own. We'll keep this here just so we can see it. And I'll start from a cube. And we'll start from a cube. Okay. We're also gonna make all of it invisible. Like, look at all this. So much stuff. We're gonna do the floor, grid, overhead, the whole cube. Okay. Now we're gonna use let's just use decal machine. So I'm gonna do this so I can do an array of it. So first things first, I'm gonna add a material to it, and I want to be able to see inside of it. So for right now, I'm just gonna go to edit mode, hit 3. There we go. Hit edit mode, hit 3, hit X on the face, and we have an empty cube. Great. And then we're gonna put the grid back up on the floor. And what I want to do is put the origin point, which is this dot here in the middle. And I want to put it at the bottom here. So I'll select the face in edit mode, hit Shift S, cursor to selected. You can't see the cursor. If you can't see it, you have to go into this little tab here, hit 3D cursor, and you can see it now at the bottom. Now, when we go to object mode by hitting tab, we can right click, hit set origin to 3D cursor. Boom. So now you can see that little orange dots at the bottom. And I do that so I can hit Alt G and it immediately centers it flat right on the ground and stuff. So I think that's why I do that. And then the second thing I'm going to do, just so I can see the hallway while we're making it, we'll hit an array. And I hit 1 so I can look at the front view. You see front orthographic. I'm going to take off the array actually. I'm going to rotate this on the Z 90 degrees. So then when I go to the front view, it's the hallway. I'm gonna add some more lights, or maybe I should do this in like a different matte cap here. Hold on. Okay, we'll do matte cap. We'll do the shiny one. And we'll keep going. Okay, cool. So now we'll add the array. Make sure to apply transformations. Now we'll add the array. We'll hit 0, and then we'll hit Y1, and then we'll do this like 10 times. So we got a nice little hallway going, right? And then now we can see what the hallway looks like as we build up to it, right? So let's add in, let's cut the corners, right? So let's press 2. And we're going to get these edges here, and we're going to make this a hexagonal shape. So we're going to get this cube, we're going to hit 2, and only select the edges around the corner, right? And then we'll hit Control B, and what that does is it bevels it, see? So we'll bevel it a certain amount, like maybe 0.5, so I'm pressing 0.5. Now we got this nice little hexagonal shape. Another thing I want to do is make it like it's like a walkway that goes to the top. It's kind of like what we saw in the thing that we were making before, right? Also, I'm gonna just delete them. We don't need them anymore. We're making our own hallway. Oh my god, where did all this come from? There we go. Delete. Oops. I'm just erasing all this stuff. Okay. We're nice. We're in the cube. Okay. So that's good. Another thing I want to do is I'm going to add another modifier, and I'm going to do solidify. So solidify makes it thicker, and you can see the thickness here, but I want the thickness to go on the outside. So we're doing outside thickness, like if it's like made out of metal. Great. Another thing I want to add is a reference point. So I have a little model that I have. So let me do that. So I'm going to go to File, Append. I'm going to go into Recents. Let's add in... what was I going to do? A collection. And I think I have users. Do I have a users collection? People. So I added in a people's collection. That's just a bunch of these models I have. So let me reset this. G. There we go. Alt R. So I want his origin point to be at the bottom of his feet. so I can position them correctly. So what I'm doing is I go to edit mode, press 2, and then we're going to select the bottoms of the feet, right? And then hit Control S, cursor to selected, and that centers the cursor right in the middle of everything you have selected. So we did that. Hit Control, set origin, 3D there. Now we hit Alt G, which resets the space. And you can see that this hallway is just a tube. So we definitely want this to be bigger. So let's scale this up. And we can see how big this is. Like how tall. Right here. With the Z-axis. So this is what? 3 meters. So that's 9 feet high. Let's do something that's like 12. So let's keep scaling this until it says 12. Or 4. And now we got, we'll do it slowly too. Okay, there. So now we got a decent hallway, and I also want to make this bigger too. So let's widen it out. There we go. We widened it out, and we want to make railing, and we want to make like the floor elevated. So I'm gonna go to edit mode, select the face, hit 3, select the face, and I'm gonna hit D and then Z, shift D and then Z, and I'm gonna lift it up. So this floor is kind of like elevated from the floor here, right? And I'm also going to hit P and hit separate by selection. So now this is its own selection here. We're gonna move, instead of moving our character, we're just gonna move our whole hallway down to where it connects to his feet. There we go. So now he's standing in a hallway, kind of narrow. That's great. So then another thing we want to do is I want to make it look like these have like stuff in them. So I'm gonna select the wall. I'm gonna select all 3 of the walls here, and I'm gonna select the 3 of the walls here, and I'm gonna hit I twice. And hitting I twice makes it so it does an inset, but the inset is in each individual face. So here's like the inset, but if you hit I again, it does it for each individual face. So now we got all of these inset in there. We're just gonna give it a little brim here, a little border. All right, and now I want to inset these. I want them to be like holes, and this is where we're gonna add in our stuff, right? So I would hit Alt E, and that's for extrude, and we're gonna do it along the normals. That's the option we want to choose. And then you can see that it like makes all, you can make him go inside, so it like suffocates him. Or you can make it inset like this, right? So you can see that it now has like this repeating pattern. Right? Great. So cool. So I have this inset here, and let me get a camera in here for us to be able to see this while we edit it. Boom, 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 boom. We'll do, take this off, take that off. We'll render it. We'll take this panels off. We're gonna move the camera over here. For the camera, I'm gonna make it a wide lens, so we'll make it 18 millimeters just so we can see more. Obviously now we can see more. Also, I'm gonna change the camera by using these little dots here, changing it to a Super 35, like a movie camera. We're also gonna move the camera in, and then we're also gonna do a little bit rotation. Let's do like a 15-degree angle here. Maybe more. Maybe like a 25-degree angle. And then we'll move this along to the right here. On the right side, you really can't see you really can't see the color. So I'm gonna add in a material to it. We got him in the middle. And it's because this box doesn't have a material on it. So let's put a material on it. And let's add some lights. So here's the tube, what it looks like. But let's add in a mesh, not a mesh light, a lights area. We're gonna bring it up. And you can see the square of the area light right here. I'm gonna add in a color to it. I guess you can only see it from the bottom. Why can't I see this? All right. Yeah, we're adding a light. So we're adding the light. We're gonna make it pink so I can see it here, right? Can you even see it here? Kinda. Where is this light? Hold on. I'm looking for it. Oh, it's up here. So I'm gonna hit. There it is. Why can't I see it in here? Man, do I have some stuff turned off? Like, I know this is. But where's the. Oh, it's on the floor right now. Okay. So here's the light. We're gonna bring it up. We're gonna make it bigger. I just hate that I can't see it in here. Where is... I should be able to see the light. It's kind of weird, guys. Am I doing something wrong? Hold on. Lights, annotation, extras. Oh, it's because I had extras turned off. So under the overlays, I had extras turned off, and the extras are the lights. So I'm going to take off this light here. I can now see this light. So let's get our light here. Make it an area light. Looks like it's rotated. So we hit Alt R. That rotates it the correct way. And we're going to, and you can see the lights are now like in these panels. So I'm just gonna make it the right size. There we go. I just had it pink just to see what this looks like and stuff. I'm gonna see about making another light. But this is gonna be the sun, and let's see if adding a less intense sun. Maybe like 10. Oh darn, what are these cubes? What is this? Cube appears that don't quite know what that is. Oh, this guy. Okay. All right, cool. So we're getting our hallway down, and I'm gonna add some variation to this hallway. So instead of it being like nice even hallway all the way through, I'm going to edit this. So I'll choose the array. I'll extend it a little further. Looks kind of cool. And for right now, I'm going to take off the solidify. And we're just inside right now. So I'm going to choose the line mode by pressing 2. Oh my god, that scared me. Can you even hear that? Oh yeah, super loud. Time for a break. Okay, guys. All right. So to recap what's been happening over here, what's been happening is we were using those. We were using the kit ops um, to try and build out like models and shapes, but it ends up being too intense. So I'm gonna use a little bit of it. So I'm modeling out the base of the hallway first and what I kind of want it to look like, and then we're gonna start adding in all the objects and doodads and all that stuff onto it. Build up the rails, build up the stuff. Honestly, I should be looking a little bit more at some like reference, but since we were using the kit ops before, it should be fine. I hope everybody's enjoying this. You guys have any questions? What are you guys up to at this time? How you feeling? Oh man, let me do some stretching here before we continue. While I stretch, I'm gonna see if I can uh, fix something here that's been bothering me. We're gonna just get some white here. We'll diffuse there. I was just fixing his lighting. There we go. Get this light. Go instead of a pink light, let's there we go. All right. So break time. Building out this hallway. And we're gonna start using the add-ons again, except in a different way. We're gonna use it a little bit smarter. I don't think I've been using it smartly. Oh. Oh, my cat is like meowing at me over here. He's not approving of this. Got that cat camera action right now. Mm. 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 Cat cam. Got cat cam. Little paw. Hello. Trying to get our news. It looks like since I disappear, the cat's just floating. Ow! Ow! She doesn't like this. That hurts. Can you pass me her toy? Because she is attacking me. Okay. Alright. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that detour there. Also, where's my train noise? Is that not coming back? Train, train. Wherever art thou, train? There we go. All right, there we go. We got some train noises, some rain train, and automobiles. All right, not automobiles, but mostly rain train. Oh man, drinking some nice coffee, trying to figure out this whole blender is just a process of like, figuring out what doesn't crash it when you're getting too intense, and like, working intelligently and smartly to get the results that you want. Also, we can always get an add-on for like anything and stuff, but like I said, in my experience, the more I use add-ons, which are great, some of them are really good, the more I'm reliant on add-ons for very complex tasks, the more sometimes it kind of like sets me back, or sometimes it makes me, I guess, lack some creativity. I get frustrated basically at the add-on, and then it stops me from like continuing working. So you always got to be careful with that. Once again, I love these add-ons that I'm using here. They're great work, and if you have a task to be completed, it is the way to go. But yeah. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of drawing on my own personal time. It's been a real tough struggle, but you know, getting through bit by bit, slowly on our way. So, you know, sometimes it's so easy to like just beat yourself up and think that you're not good at something, and that you shouldn't even be trying, and you're wasting your time. But it's always good to take a step back every now and then, take a breather, you know, and make sure that you're doing okay. You know what I mean? It's you can't do it. You can't just know life something and not feel the consequences. So make sure to balance out your life. Eat well, guys. Take a walk. This is just a break session of me telling you to be healthy. There's a lot of neat stuff coming on with for Blender on the horizon. Like there's like an interpolation tool. I'm like Googling right now some stuff that's coming out. Blender. Yeah, like the interpolation tool. Let's take a look at that. Multi-frame support. Select the strokes. Only selected. That's pretty cool. Interpolate sequence. So I guess it doesn't need the exact amount of points anymore. I can actually like figure out how to interpolate those points together, which is pretty good. Pretty exciting time for Grease Pencil. Look at that. So the next stream I'll probably do some more drawing, and hopefully I'll be a lot better at drawing by then. I haven't fallen in love, or I don't, it's been tough to like draw in Blender. I've been drawing in Krita and Photoshop, and it just feels so much better. So I've been trying to figure out ways to really enjoy and start drawing more in Blender, because it is still a lot of fun to do. It's still a lot of fun to make and stuff. So hopefully it gets better with time. Not that it's like bad now, but I don't know. I just think it needs Needs a little bit more work. Okay. Alright. Let's get back to it. Okay, so I wanted to add some variation to this hallway, and right now we have just this hallway that's going through an array right now. So what I'm going to do is go to edit mode, and I'm going to hit Alt and then click, so I click the whole loop around there, and then I'm going to extend it out. So maybe, you know, maybe a little small right here. And then I'm going to extend it out one more time and make it pretty big, a big extension. So when I'm looking at the top here, I'm looking at big, medium, small. So right now, this will be our big. This will be our medium. So let's make it a little bit more medium. And then we got our small. That's right here. Okay. And then we're going to switch back to our array and make sure that it's back to 1. So let's go to our array. Nope. Array. And then set it to... Right now it's at 1.8. Do it to 1. And now they're connected again. Now we're adding some variation here. And I'm going to add in some more lights. So Shift E. 5. We'll do Shift E, Y 5. And we'll just keep going. Shift E, grab Y 5. Great. So we got our lights here. I'm gonna put these all in a collection. So I'm gonna select them all, hit M, new collection, put lights. And I can turn these lights off, on and off pretty quickly. And now I can control these lights. I'm gonna go right against the wall, so this happens, and then we'll fix that later. You know what? I shouldn't have did Shift. I should have duplicated with Alt D. So we're gonna do this again, and I'll show you why. See, if I control this light, it only changes this light right now, and I want them to all have the same setting because right now I want to control a little bit more of the stuff. So let's go back out. I'm gonna select the rest of the lights on the outliner. We're gonna select our light again, and this time is doing, instead of doing Shift D, I'm gonna do Alt D, and that does like a, what is it called, a linked duplicate. So I hit Alt D, GY5, Alt D, GY5, Alt D, GY5. Okay, so now when I did that, right, if I select this light, now I can, all the lights change at the same time, and they'll all have the same intensity. I want to control the lights all together, and that's why I did that. So, basically the settings are duplicated. So I can make this small. You see how the lights change here, just down the hall? It's the size of them. We can change them all to point lights, which is a pretty interesting look. It looks like you could like see through these. We can make the radius bigger so it's more diffused. Maybe that's what I want. Got like this dark, murky, sci-fi thing here. And we're gonna keep going. So let's add in the separation that I was talking about. So see how I have this medium here? So I'm going to hit 3, select the, not medium, the small. So now I'm gonna add in something different, like maybe these panels stick out. So I'm gonna hit I, and I'm gonna hit it I twice, so it's all connected right here. Then I'm gonna hit Alt E, extrude along faces, and I'm gonna make it stick out, or maybe I should stick it in. Nope, stick out. Or maybe let's go back, hit I twice. We'll just have them individually stick out like little panels. Cool. Just for reference sake, well, not reference sake, but to be able to differentiate these, I'm going to let's see some different materials here. There's glass, cutter, dark material, steel material. Okay, so for right now, we're gonna do steel material, but I'm gonna name this one, and we're gonna do 2 more materials. We're gonna add in. We'll hit. Actually, we'll call it hallway. We'll call it .000, because then when I go here and I add in hallway .000, I'll duplicate it. That makes it 01. And then I'll go to 01. I'll duplicate it. And that makes it 02. And I'm doing this because I want these to be drastically different colors. And I'm just doing this so I can start separating these, because it's all just getting muddied together. And that's what we'll do. So we'll go to edit mode, and I'm going to select the loop that I made here with the insides here. Oh man, this is kind of messed up though. Anyway, let's just select the loop. Let's keep going. Select the loop, alt click, and I'm gonna make this blue. And I'm doing this primarily so I can see, and then I'm gonna make this the yellow, and I can start seeing some separation here. Obviously the yellow not too good here. I'm also gonna make the light. I'm only gonna make one of them white, but that makes all of them white. So let's click on our light, make it white. All our lights change. We're getting there. We're getting there. So back to our materials. And we're just changing these colors once again, just so I could see the difference here as we're building this out. Like the separation of every panel. So another thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this panel. I'm gonna hit I, inset it, and then I'm gonna hit E and extrude it out. I think there's too many insets here. Great. And tubes are usually running from the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to select the edges here, right? If you remember, if you hit Shift S, it moves your cursor directly between your selection. You see, it's right between it. Because now I'm gonna add cylinder, so I'm gonna add a cylinder here. Gotta get out of edit mode. We'll hit cylinder. We'll rotate this on the X 90. We will smooth it out. Right click smooth and make sure that this is selected. Auto smooth here. We'll give it a material for now, and we'll just do like, I don't know, hallway. We'll make it the pink one. We will shrink it down, but then we will extend it from end to end. There we go. We got these pipes going, and let's see if adding an array and then twiddling with the array helps with adding some pipes. So maybe so what I'm gonna do is I'm looking at it at the front view, so I press 1. I'm gonna bring this to the corner, and I can see this on the left here. Bring it to the corner. We're gonna add in a bunch of pipes. And then I'm gonna mess with these settings until they reach the bottom right. You know what? We're just gonna eyeball it. I'm not gonna make them perfect. Maybe they'll be off a little bit, but I don't know. It's fine. There we go. Actually, let's make it so there's a little space between them. Like right there. We'll do 1. Oh no, -1. There we go. So now we got these pipes going. And we'll do one more array. And we will do it on the Y. Nope, on the Z. On the -1Z. And then we can just duplicate this, and it goes all the way down the hall. Let me select my hallway. Let's bring down the counts. Let's do it to 5. We got our pipes going on here. Let's do a couple less pipes, maybe 6, like we were. That's good. And let's see if now we can start using our add-on to see if there's anything that's useful. So we're gonna hit. I'm gonna take away the text and stuff. And all right, so let's go. It's on the right side here, kit ops. Let's see what we have. Do we have anything that's good here? We got complex. So we got those insets there. Let's see what arc is. Oh, that's just normal stuff. Sci-fi walls. Can't just add that, huh? Well, thank you for showing. Thank you for being here, as always. Yeah, so my computer, the stream starts to lag, and it starts to mess up when the Blender scene is getting way too intense. So I really have to keep this pretty lightweight so I can not crash into all this. So yeah, we're not gonna use any pre-built stuff. Not yet. It's just way too intense to stream and to do that at the same time. Anyway, so let's keep going. Let's see if we could do inserts that are not insane like this. Let's see if cutting works and it doesn't screw up the stream here. We'll add an insert. Oh my. Look, we're gonna save. I'm gonna reopen this. Let's reopen it. Let's try it again. Making sure my stream's okay, because I see I already got all sorts of errors going. Okay. And we're gonna use the add-on a lot less intensely here. Let's see if it messes up one more time. Let's do a cutout, a cutter, insert. Oh, it's in reverse, so let's reverse it 180. Or am I doing this wrong? Right, let's remove this. I think what's happening is that it's adding in the cutter uh it's adding in the cutter in reverse. And I think because it's using the normal. So is there a button to remove here? Let's see. Remove KitOps prop. Is this the official way of removing it? Remove it. Wires. Okay. So let me figure out where my normals are facing. So to do that, I'm gonna click up at the top here. Is it here? Is it here? Where are my normals? Is it wireframe? It's not wireframe. That's the wireframe. Face orientation. So it looks like this is all facing the wrong way. It's all in red. So let's fix that. I'm selecting the whole interior. I think it's... I'm going to hit F3 and I'm going to type in flip. And I flip the normals. Now if we look at this orientation, it should be... Oh, here are our normals. Oh, it's an edit mode. Okay, so yeah. So now our normals are facing the correct way. These are all incorrect. So we'll do flip normals on this. I think I did that right. All right, let's go individual origins. Oh man, there's some weird stuff going on here. All right, let's go to medium point. And then let's scale on the individual. There you go. Okay. Think we're getting better here. Okay, so let's see our orientation again. So the red is showing that our normal is, we're looking at the back of the normal, and the blue is showing that we're showing the front of the normal, which is what we want. So these are incorrect normals here. I believe so. Let me make sure. Yeah, like these normals we should flip. So I'm going to do Alt N, flip normals. We should see none of these wires sticking out. So we'll select all of these, Alt N, flip normals. Some of these are messed up. So let's Alt N, flip normal for that one. So let's make them shorter. And now let's go back to orientation. Alright, so the ones that are still wrong are these red ones. I'm gonna hit C. It's kind of like a brush tool to select. I'm gonna flip normals again. Okay, we're getting there slowly. Same thing with this. C, flip normals. Oh, Alt N, flip normals. Try not to see any red. F3, flip normals. And Am I selecting this correctly? Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. This one. Anyway, making these all face the correct way. The correct way. Alt and flip normals. It's quite a bit here I'm missing. These, it's so much easier to see when they're like blue and red than just seeing the lines. Alt N, flip normals, and the final ones will be here. Oh, and these. I think I got them all now. Okay. So the outside. Just when you think you got them all. We'll leave those tubes. Those tubes are fine. Oh my god, I can't. It's like I can't get them all. Is it this one? Flip normal. All right, I think I got most of them. All right, so I'm having trouble getting this last one, so I'm gonna put the array, and I'm gonna be able to select it. There we go. Alt N. I think I got them all. Okay. Except this one. Alright, so our whole inside is blue now. Now, we'll take off face orientation. Now, when I go into these inserts, this should... Oops. This should work better. So sorry, I wonder if you tried the grease pencil line art feature. I have not. Not yet, Spitfire. I was planning to mess with that on my own first before I go into there. I think I have to look at his tutorial again. That's in 2.93, right? Like alpha, in the alpha build. Is this just not appearing on here? Is this still appearing on the outside? I don't understand why this is not working for me the way that I want it to. It's creating a block on the inside. I guess that makes sense because usually you don't build for the inside stuff. So, I wonder if there's a solution for this where maybe I select the box out of here. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to separate this as its own entity, its own object there. And then try it again. Let's see, add insert. There we go. Okay. So these insets are working better now that I have them separated. And I can make them larger, scale, medium, small. Solid. Rendered. Okay. If I make these bigger. Okay, cool. So this is kind of cool. So let's make this bigger. Stretch it out. See what it looks like right in the center. Give some interest, some allure. And I think this next session I'm gonna be using these cutters a lot more. So we got that. Some texture there. Think. All right. Go into a break. All right, Spitfire, you said, I wonder if you tried the grease pencil line art feature. What is that feature? That is in Blender 2.93, right? So let's see. Blender.org. We're gonna go to our experimental 2.93. Let's download it. Hopefully it downloads in time. And then, yeah, we'll test it out. Oh, man. Really should have ate before the stream, because now I'm hungry. All right. So while that version is downloading, I guess during this break, we'll continue doing some work here. Let's see. What if we now use synth? We clear all our layers. We're gonna add one. We're gonna go to a rack mount and see if we can add it. So here we go. We got some rack mounts on here that look pretty cool. But that's just a lot of rack mounts. So let's add something else. Let's add, maybe not a rack mount. Let's clear it. So we're gonna add this top panel. What else can we choose from? What do we do, like this hexagon pattern? And then we also do like corridor. Let's see. Got some rails right here, some fancy ass handrails. Let's see, what else do we got? Assemblies. We don't really need panels on here like switches and stuff. Tech. Would having like these grates help? Let's see. All right, cool. So we'll select, let's select the top one again. And then we'll hit, go out of this, we'll hit do it. And we can check out the how it looks on this left side here, which looks, you know, pretty decent. We can auto update. Oh no. Oh man. So definitely crashed. Hopefully we can recover this. We'll hit file, recover, auto save. This one. Okay, cool. And we'll make sure we save. All right, guys. Hopefully the stream is still going good here. Anytime I use that add-on, the kit ops with the cutting, it's so much computing power that it slows down my computer, and then in turn, it slows down. Yeah, it slows down the stream. Maybe at some point I'll figure out a solution to like stream while I'm working on these heavy project files and stuff. But for right now, we're gonna have to I guess just use cutters to just be very very mindful of of the stuff that we use while we use it, because it's it's not good sometimes. Stream not loading for me. Oh man, Daniel. Let's see. Sorry, Daniel. Let's see. I'm gonna check the stream now. I'm sorry. Switch. Alright, try refreshing. Oh, you probably can't see this. It's just black. Okay. Uh... Alright, guys. Hopefully the stream is still going. I checked it. It seems to be going to my end. Just try hitting refresh if you have it. I gotta now. I'm finding the limitations here of what I can do while I work in this intense 3D software and downloading all that stuff. So, um, good to know. Good to know. So I have to like plan out things that like, you know, I do beforehand, like computer intensive stuff, and then do the stream. Because yeah, when it comes to this 3D stuff. It just takes up a lot of computing. Or I find out I get something else where I stream on a different machine and only use the computer for rendering and all that stuff. And I have a pretty okay computer. It's okay, you know, 2080 Ti, so it should be able to handle a lot of this, but you know, we'll just have to we'll just have to keep going. All right, so this is gonna be my last 30 minutes here, the last stretch. Let's see if we can get this into a shape that we like. We're gonna start using some of the decal machine stuff, and really modeling out, not modeling out, really trying to use some tricks to make this look more interesting. All right. Susan says it's working, so hopefully it stays that way. Okay. So now I know not to use synth while I'm streaming. So we're just gonna use kit ops, but the only thing we're gonna use are like the cutter stuff. So the cutters and some of this simple, more simple um operations and stuff. So let's see. We have this nice cutout here, which I like. Let's see if we can use decal machine now for this stuff. I think you can use it in edit mode, but if I did that, oh my god. Interesting. Fit auto, hit fit, rotate, scroll, trim. It's interesting that it adds it to like the whole face. Like, Like it looks a little stretched out. So let's take that out. And let's stick it the way I think you're supposed to do it. So what if we added some like electrical access label? You know, that's pretty cool. Okay. So let's try adding some different inserts here. Uh Panels. Let's do panels. And let's do some of these pipes. What if we did some pipes here? Click on that. Some panels. We'll do some fake pipes. Rotate this on the X. Shrink it down. You know, what if we did an array? We do 0, 1 or -1. Do a bunch of them. Does that look okay? We get this panel here, and we did the same thing. We do, you know, I wish it was easier to use the other tool while I'm streaming, because while I like these, it'll be nice to do, I don't know, some better paneling here. Don't know. I don't know how I feel about these guys. Let's just keep doing some more cutting. And we're just gonna break everything up into pieces and start cutting better. So let's go into edit mode for this one. For right now, I'm gonna take off the array. I don't want to be able to see it. Because I want to start separating. So let's separate this. Actually, let's just separate the box here. So we'll separate the box. All I'm doing is when my thing crashes, does this go back? Yes. So I'm holding Alt, selecting the box, and we're just gonna try and breeze through this to see if we can get something done here. So boom, we got those. And we're going to hit P. We'll separate by the selection. We'll select our selection here. And we will do the same thing where I'm going to select the inside face. And I'm gonna hit Control E or Alt E, hit extrude by normals. And you can see this this sticks out on the left side there. You can see that it goes all the way out. You stick it out like this. Great. Oh, I forgot to do it the right way. Hold on. I have to hit I, inset it, then hit Alt E, and then stick it out. There. Now it has a little border, so it makes a little bit more sense. There we go. And then we're gonna add a cutter to this tool. So we'll go to N, we'll do kit ops, and we will select maybe a design. Let's see if these grids work. Will these grids work? Add inset. They don't seem to be too good here. Let's try a cutter again. Cutter. Let's add this cutter. We'll do smart. Delete. Something I forgot to do is make sure that this auto smooth is on. There we go. Now this cutter is looking pretty decent right up against the wall here. Right. And then would stretching it look ugly? Maybe not. We're just eyeballing this. Usually I get really particular about being precise, but you know, it doesn't have to be. We'll even make them larger top-wise. We'll bring them down. Bring them back. Bring it up. There we go. That's looking pretty cool. And then I'm gonna make sure that when I go into this mode, my array is at the bottom. Alright, so now my array is looking pretty cool here. It's interfering with the regular part here. So if we separate the wall, you can see that wall's coming up along nicely there. So right now I'm going to hit period there, and I'm going to delete this for right now. Let's delete the faces here. And I'm gonna delete these faces here. There we go. Faces. These. Go. Honestly, what am I doing here? I should could just go above and go to wireframe, hit B, make sure I select everything from that end, and there we go. Now we're left with the parts that I want. Cool, so looking at the left side, I think it's looking kind of cool. Just need some better lighting, some better materials, obviously. And then for these pipes, let's see if we can right click and hit set origin to 3D cursor, which is right in the center. And then if we hit add a mirror modifier, that should mirror it on the other side. Beautiful. So now I have the pipes running down the left and the right. And then for this top, because let's see. All right. Erase to solidify. And we're building this a piece at a time. So I'm just gonna save some time here, and I'm going to just select this roof. Select the wall. Hit P by selection. And I'm going to also separate this bottom left panel. And then I'm just going to mirror it on the other side. Let's just do that. Let's not making all this so complicated. There. Okay. So then... Oh, and I also separate the floor. Cool. So I have the whole right side gone. And let's just add a mirror modifier. And we got to make sure that the origins in the 3D cursor... Sorry, the origin is in the center where the 3D cursor is. So you can see the little orange dot here, yellow dot, right in the center. This should be right in the center as well. So right click, 3D cursor, right click, 3D cursor. Now when you add the mirror modifier, it should work correctly. Mirror, mirror, mirror. All right. Put the array back on. I'll put the array back on. And same with the bottom and the top. Okay. Cool. So this hallway is coming along. Slowly, but surely. May need to fix it later. But this top, let's see if we could do something that repeats in an interesting way, right? So let's extrude the top. So we have a block of it. And let's see if we can add a cutter to it. So I'm going to try and select the bottom face. Go to Kit Ops. Let's see if we can add like a paneling, like maybe this one. Does this look like anything? Hold on, let me... That just looks like something sticking out. Let me yeah, that doesn't really look like anything. Let's try it again. Let's insert something different. What if we had... These are just shapes. Some tech. Let's do tech 2. Let's see if having this indent here will be interesting. Let me save before it all crashes on me. Add insert. And then also, I think my normal's facing the right way. Let's see face orientation. Okay, that's what's happening here. Let's take away that. Select all. I'm gonna hit Alt N and put recalculate outside. Now they're blue. So let's see if that makes it so this insert works correctly. There it is. Maybe I was using the insert incorrectly before. Because if you make this big enough, does that look interesting? Let's see. Like if these were just... Could I mirror this? Or would it just mirror... Or not mirror, but like add more? No, it would just cut through. Anyway, I like these holes here because it looks like there's some interesting lighting opportunities. So let's take away this array. Let's bring this down. Let's bring this up so it's not doing some weird stuff here. And let's see if we could just add some more stuff here. Oh man, there has to be a way to, like, you know, add an array to this. That'd be nice. Is it this? Align? No. Hey, what's up? Is that a collab with Spitfire? Yeah, I'm working out. Jirash, good to see ya. Good to see ya. Yeah, this is my last 30 minutes, Jirash. But yeah, what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out a workflow that doesn't crash my computer, it doesn't take a long time, and I can iterate on making 3D stuff for the event, for that project that I was working on with Spitfire. But right now I'm just playing around. It's not this isn't necessarily specifically for that right now, but I am just playing around here. All right, so we're gonna do this. Convert to mesh. Remove. The wires, so there's an inset on there. I wonder if I put the inset again, so if I do add inset, oh man, do I have to like resize it again? Oh no, hold on. The whole point of this. Okay, so let's undo all this. I forgot that we should be doing it in the array. You said it looks nice as always. Thank you, Jiraj. Thank you. Alright, so let's remove the object. This is definitely an array. Oh, okay, I know the issue. So the array has to go at the bottom. There we go. So now we can look at our object here. And maybe we can shrink it. So there's a space between all of these. Good. We'll keep that there. And I'm going to now convert as mesh. So I'm going to go here, convert to mesh. And then remove unused. So now we have this object here. And I'm also going to combine all this object into one. So Control J. Alright, so we're seeing this. And now since this is one object, I'll hit array. We'll do it by 1 on the Y. And now my inset should work all the way through, right? There we go. So what I'm thinking for the lighting situation is for the lights to actually be coming out of these holes. And I think to do that, I should be making an emissions modifier, an emissions mesh. Because, like, you know, if I change this to, like, what, pink? Like, you can't tell that that light is coming from there. So, let's add pink. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this object, and we're going to go into this mode here. And I'm gonna go to the line mode, press 2. And I'm gonna select the edge here by holding Alt and then Alt Shift. So then I have a nice little circle there. I'm gonna hit Shift S, go to cursor to selected. There we go. Now the cursor's right here. Now when I hit Shift A, while I'm in edit mode in this object, I'm gonna put circle. And then when the circle, I'm gonna, for the fill type, I'll put Ngon, because it doesn't really matter. We're gonna scale it down. Right? We're gonna add a material to this object. We'll call it light. And then I'm gonna go to emissions here and add in this white light here. I'm gonna say add material. Oh, that didn't work. That didn't work like I wanted to. So we'll do it the long way. We will select the circle that I made, assign the emissions. There we go. Now we're starting to see it over here. And then we will go to our light emissions here. Where is it? What's the side panel, by the way? It looks like some kind of add-on. Garage. It is the add-on KitOps and yeah, KitOps, and I'm using also Decom Machine, but mostly KitOps. And it is an add-on. So you can't see any difference here putting the emissions, so we'll put in a bloom. Now we're getting some lights going on, and that's just because of this bloom effect. And we can control the light intensity. There we go. We can control the different light color too. So let's do it like a little purple. And then we're faking it because we actually have a light here. Selection to cursor. That is going to be a spotlight. And let's see, the spotlight. Get some interesting lighting in here. Let's go back. Let's go and render this out. All right. Great. We've got our lights going. Let's go back to our rendered mode here. And see if maybe we can add in one more light, and we'll do a sun lamp. Let's see if we could do something here. There you go. Let's see if we render this image. We're getting somewhere. And I wonder if this floor, we should make it as long as these, as everything else. Go. Right. You know, we're making a moody scene here. That's a little too... So there's 0 lights going on except the ones at the top. Okay. I would like these panels to light up over here. So let's... Oh, I didn't... Hold on a second. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll add in... Let's add in an area lamp. Let's rotate it on the Y, 90 degrees. So it's facing the wall here. And we will add in a crap ton of light. Oh my god, that's like ridiculous. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm adding in a light here to see if I can illuminate the walls. It's starting to become a creepier scene here. And maybe I will add in a different sort of light here. You know, and maybe I have to really mess with this material so it to be a little bit more fun. Uh-oh. Let me save before my computer crashes. Got my specular up. For my roughness... Hopefully my computer's not crashing here. For my roughness... By that, we'll make it metallic. Okay, and then for the light as well, right? Where is that light? Let's move these lights to the lights panel, or the lights collection. And my area lamp, or area light, where is it? Alright, cool. So you can see that my area is right here, and it's just a little square. So let's stretch out that square. And we're going to do a rectangle, and we're just going to stretch it long ways. See if that gives us some lighting here. Damn, that thing is huge. Alright, let's actually just do one more 30 minutes. Skip the break. And we'll reset it. The timer, where's the timer? Okay. Jiraj, it says, I got another blender problem for you, Grease Monkey. Yes. Please, write it down. What is it? Maybe we can solve it here. Alright, so I'm doing the lights here. There we go. Also move the lights closer to the wall. So it's like coming off maybe like the railings. And then maybe I should make them taller. Let's see if I made it taller, how that affects it. Nope. There we go. And then we will duplicate it and we will rotate it 180 degrees on the Z, and we'll bring it against the wall over here. So we got it against the wall there. And we'll make sure that this is not on the floor at all either. Okay, cool. So now we got this render going on. So that's cool. Looking pretty smooth. It's one is VCE scene strip related. I already wrote in Spitfire's chat. Oh man, I don't know anything about the VSC. I'm sorry, the video sequence editor. Yeah, I don't know anything about the VSC Garage at all. I don't think I've ever really sat down and used it. What is happening here with this? Is it solidify? It is solidify. We're gonna take off the solidify. There we go. I think that's making this look a little bit better. Okay, great. I think I'm gonna... So the thing of VSC strip shows you preview of your scene from perspective or camera. Is that right? In that scene, right? Oh, I don't know. VSC strip shows you preview of your scene from perspective of the camera in the scene. I think so. But I actually know. Let me rephrase that. I don't know. I don't know what. I've never edited in the VSC. But if you have to back face culling on, answer so far is don't see the back face culling in VSC preview. In other words, you see a solid object in the preview. Interesting. And you want to see the back face culling in the preview on the VSC, correct? All right, so let me convert to mesh. Oh no, let me take off the mirror first. Then convert to mesh. Then remove unused wires. Then select the thing, then do mirror again. There we go. All right, all right. So something I want to do here is figure out this hallway 2 material. So it's that pink color. And I'm going to figure out. Yeah, I thought so. Not many people are using VSC. It's a bit clunky. Yeah, I've always found it to be clunky. I also started using other software, and then once you get like used to another software, you like hard to change. It's hard to change your habits. Okay, something I want to add here is that I can see the lights on the roof, but I can't see... It's not spewing any lights around it. So let's see if we can put extras on, get this lighting, duplicate it, bring it to the middle here, rotate it on the Y by -90, so it's facing up. We'll grab this and we'll illuminate the roof. We'll make the size maybe a little bigger here. And now that we're illuminating that, I think we can take off shadows. Oh no, maybe we should put shadows on. Shadows on. And then I want to change the colors of this metal material so it's more interesting. There we go. Okay, cool. And this metal is probably just, yeah, these lights in the middle. Okay. Did you start DaVinci Resolve in any chance? No, no, I haven't. I was actually did want to try that one out. When for most of my client work, they usually prefer like Premiere, and that's what I use. So I haven't had a reason to do DaVinci because I don't edit a lot outside of like my work. I try to do my 3D stuff here. But I hear it's great though. But I do have a question that you might be able to help with. All right, what is that question? All right, let's see if I can select these insets, and I did that by pressing edit and then L. And then I can select these. Oh no. It's not being mirrored all the way through. So I'm going to now select the whole piece here, grab it. It's all one piece. I'm gonna hit Control I and then delete vertices. Then go back and add an array. Put it to the top and make sure it's going down the Y. And then add as many as I need here. And now we're good. Okay. And that is how would you go about making Toon Ambient Occlusion Shader. A Toon Ambient Occlude Shader. Interesting question. When you say Toon Ambient Occlusion Shader, when you say occlusion, do you mean like there's like an invisible part? Like there's an invisible part in the Toon shader, right? Can you be more specific on the occlusion part? And then we'll see if we can build something out. Okay. So this is pretty cool. I got some different colors going on. Um, Maybe I can just change one of these colors. Maybe it'll look better like this. A little blue color. Okay. So let's go into our camera and start seeing what this looks like, exploring around in this. See, I love how fast this renders here. So we got this going on. What's interesting is this blue light. And I think the blue light is the sun, right? Oopsies. Cool. I think this is looking pretty neat. I feel like there needs to be a wall here, but let's see. And we'll keep that the same. We'll take the roughness out of this. We'll do these shiny pipes here. And actually, I'll probably be figuring out a better shader here for this. But I wonder if I could make this make a little bit more sense. Like, what if I added a plane, rotated on the X, put a light. That's super bright. That's so bright. And then what if we put the, oh, put in a second light. Okay, now we put the light there, but we make it the same color as the sun. So we'll hit copy that, paste it. Maybe more white. We go into the shader here, and we don't see any of that. But what we should see is this sun. Maybe that's way too bright. Oh, the sun is being blocked by this. Here we go. Sun. All right. What if we had the sun and we really like do a little render? The walls are looking a little bare. Definitely want to add some stuff onto the wall here. I think it's looking pretty cool. All right. And I think it looks pretty cool. Look at that. That's a start to a decent hallway. Gotta do stuff with the floor. Probably add some stuff to the walls. Make these pipes more interesting. Make things, I don't know. And then probably put some railings that look a little bit better than this stuff here. But it's coming along. All right. Let me check in the chat here. And that is how you would go about making it to not necessarily invisible, but like know how where there is a render property setting and ambient occlusion checkbox, right? So I know you can modify the behavior of the ambient occlusion on individual shaders and nodes. And therefore, I should be possible to get more cartoony effects because default ambient occlusion is just like a dark gradient in tight spaces, which makes sense in a realistic render, but not in a toon rendering. Sorry, all the spam sort. Man, this is long shadow shot is atmospheric. All right, Jiraj, I think I know what you're talking about. So let me make another example. Let me make a scene here. So I'm gonna make a new scene. I'm gonna make the world. Do a second world here. One is fine. We're gonna add in a toon shader. So I'm gonna do that toon shader. I'm gonna do 64 by 32. I'm gonna hit smooth. We're gonna add in a light, so we see what we're doing here. So here's our light. We will get our camera. Do we have a camera? No. We will get our camera, and we'll make sure that we are correctly looking at this. There we go. And I'm gonna put this on the Y. Oops, not the Y. Okay, we're gonna put this at 0. We're gonna do 90, 0, 0. And then we're gonna move closer to this. I'm gonna put this light somewhere where it makes sense, and we'll also make it maybe like 100, so we can see it, and we'll bring it up closer to the front. All right. So an ambient occlusion shader. So let's close these windows down, and we'll go into our shader. We'll also make sure that this is 1080 by 1080, so we can do a square, and then we can also punch in on this. Go 0 it. Okay. And then for our background, we'll do something that has a bit of a color to it, so we can see it. But we will also lower it like this. Right. Fine. Okay. So let's go to our shader. All right, so from scratch, Jiraj, I think from scratch, we're gonna add in a material. And usually, I have a toon shader in the description that you can download. I think you've used it before, but we'll do it a simple way here, where yeah, we'll start from the beginning. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the principal shader. Nope, not principal volume. Shader, principal, BSDF. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add in a converter. We're going to separate the RGB, right? So put your shader there. This so the toon shader can be affected by the lights, right? And then connect this shader there. So obviously this looks the same, right? So obviously you have your toon shader, and then to make it a toon shader, right, you get a color ramp, and what this is gonna do is it's gonna recolor your colors that are on the material. So like, see, without it, you can see that the shading of the world is affecting the material. See how this is like a little bit more, let's put it extreme. This is a little bit more red, the shadow's red, but if you connect it through this ramp, you recolor your colors. So I'm coloring it from black to white, right? You can also affect how much it's being affected like this, right? So, you can change just the different colors. So your darks are actually like a really dark color or a really fun color, really bright. You can reverse it where your shadows are actually, bright. But what we're going to do is, just so it can be clear, we'll do a constant, and then we will add in one more color, and we'll change it just to a different color, just so we can see what we have here. So we'll have this color be the same, and then this last color, the dark, we're gonna make it darker. We'll also move it a little bit in the hue here. Okay. So there we go. We have the toon shader, right? And you can see that it's affected by the light. If I move the light around, I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. Yeah, you can see that this light here is affecting it. The really bright spot being the brightest. Also, what we can do is, instead of it being white, we can make it look nicer by making this a little brighter and then make it a little warmer, so more green. And then, yeah, putting the saturation down and making it brighter. There we go. So this looks like an alright toon shader for what it is right now, which you should be able to recolor similarly with the rest of the shader, no? Yes. I think that's what you're asking. Yes, so we're just recoloring everything that's coming out of this shader and recoloring it through this ramp. Right, so this is where your colors are coming from. And then you're saying that you want ambient occlusion, but you want to be able to have different colors, right? So let's see if we could do this correct. So if we do a shader and we do is there an ambient occlusion here? Hold on. Color, vector. So if you go to input, right, you have ambient occlusion, right? And this ambient occlusion, if we just plug it in, there's nothing happening here. Let's duplicate this. So I think you have to have this ambient occlusion selected, but here we go. So we have the colors, and this is obviously, this ambient occlusion is obviously affecting everything, right? So, and we want that ambient occlusion. What we want is this shadow, right, to appear in our toon shader, right? Because these are two objects that are really close to each other. That's how the ambient occlusion works, right? So, since these two are colors, you can see by the yellow on here, you should be able to do a color mix RGB, and you should be able to use the ambient occlusion, make it white. So let's put saturation off, put the vibrance, put your ambient occlusion into the factor, put your toon shader into the first one, and then connect it. And let's see if that works. Okay. So you can see that we have the ambient occlusion a different color, right? But then it's affecting everything else. So what you need to do is, I think you should change it to multiply. And there we go. So this is, oh man, maybe it's not multiply. Let's see, screen. All right, so this is how we're supposed to be playing with this ambient occlusion to mix the ambient occlusion in. So let's figure out the exact, and let's make this dark. Okay, let's see if we can figure out the exact settings here. So ambient occlusion, what if we bring it to the bottom? Hit multiply. Don't want it to affect that. Is it mix? Still mix? Oh, I guess it's mix. So make sure that your ambient occlusion, right? Right, because then I can just change the color. Great. So make sure that you change your ambient occlusion to make sure the ambient occlusion is on. Put it into the factor of this mix RGB. Let's see if this is any different. We put this at the top. Instead, no, it looks the same, right? Yeah, about the same. So then that's how you have the ambient occlusion with the toon shader, because what you're doing is you're mixing the ambient occlusion with the color of your choice of the ambient occlusion, right? And you know, the distance here is what affects it. And then let's see if we can do something else, like the hue. Okay, saturate it more, the value more. I'm trying to see how we can make it more intense. So color, hue, let's put it before and put higher value, darker value. Nope. Let's connect this here. And let's do a color input RGB. I'm gonna put the color in, make it pink. Thought this would make it a bit more intense. But anyway, this is how you add the occlusion in. So let's go back to something simpler. Add the occlusion, mix it, and that's about it. Everything else, you can have some fun by playing with these, but multiply, screen. I'm curious if we put a color ramp in the middle here. This is how we make it more intense. And let's see if we can do mix. There it is. Okay. So yeah, so then I think this is the setup you're asking for. You get your toon shader and you make sure that you're mixing it with the ambient occlusion. The ambient occlusion, put a color ramp on it. Make sure that the ambient occlusion is going into the factor. You choose the color on the mix, so you can choose whatever you want. And then you can control the intensity with the color ramp here. And you can see that when these objects are away from each other, close to each other, they get their intensity. You know, and you can also, you know, do the color that, you know, it comes with and then make it darker. And now it's not just black, it's like a dark green, and it makes a little bit more sense. And obviously this is happening because of the distance here. So we put the distance down and then we spread it out. So you're messing with both of these right here. Because you could put the color ramp between ambient occlusion and whatever it leads to make it constant and cartoony, right? But do you think the gradient works better or like the cell shading ambient occlusion? Hope that makes sense. Yes. Yeah, I guess I'm just showing you the nodes. You could do whatever you want. We can change this to a constant, right? And there's your ambient occlusion that's a little bit more constant, right? It's a little. Oh, let me put this to finish my thought here. Let me just put it. So yeah, you can put it on constant, and there is a bit of shading here, but I wonder if any of these factors come into play. Let's see. What if we put two color ramps? It's interesting that it still shades it to some different hues here. There is some more experimenting to be done because this is not behaving the way that I expected it to. Hmm. Clamp. IO. Now I'm just trying some different normals to see if this affects it at all. Yeah, but these kind of look interesting though. These are some interesting looking orbs we got here. And it definitely renders out weird. Let's see. I think it may be just that. Let's see if it... Yeah, it does have a bit of fall off here. Uh, and yeah, I don't know. Now I'm stumped for this reason. Pretty stumped on why it would have a fall off if bent normals, bent approximations, preciseness, factor, viewing. Like if we just looked at this normally, right? Let's see what this looks like. It's still it still looks like it's let's see if we could do something crazy. Let's put a math. Let's put a math. And we're gonna do something interesting here. What if we do maximum? Even with the maximum, it still has the... Oh, that's so weird. Logarithmic. Not smooth maximum. No, it should be greater than. Point 0.05. 0.001. 0.0001. Yeah, it still has. Maybe it's using greater math node. Maybe that could result in a sharp transition. Oh, you thought exactly what I was thinking without even looking at the chat then. Because, yeah, that's exactly... Yeah, it still has a absolute, maybe? Um... Very interesting question, Jiraj. That's one to think about. Alpha? Minimum? No. Maximum? No. Greater than? Anyway, very strange. So anyway, guys, I think that's it for me for today. If you're following along, we were figuring out how to add ambient occlusion to a toon shader. And it seems like there's some weird quirks with it, but it was fun to sit through and figure out. So if you want to see the final one, what we figured out so far is using a color ramp. Oh no, using the color. Making sure saturation, vibrance is down. Putting a color ramp in between this, making it constant. No. George, it's totally fine. I was already ending the project. We'll go back to the project now, but I even did it in the same scene here. So if we go back to our scene, we can see what we've done so far, guys. We did this cool, interesting render here that I'll continue next week. So we can add some details to the wall. If you can see, we have, you know, Bloomon. We can also make this much bigger there. We have the Bloomon. We got this light going on. We're faking a lot of things with the sun. We have some bare walls. I definitely want to plan to add some things on the walls to make it more interesting. Maybe some like loose cables and all that stuff. We're using KitOps, but I realized I have to be careful with KitOps because while I'm streaming, it tends to crash the computer and crash my streams. So, you know, that's what we're doing. We'll do a nice little render here with a little character. Maybe we can change his color to something else. Let's see. We can do a color hue saturation. Maybe make him stick out with like an orange look. Make him really bright. Susan, now need to figure out KitOp. Yes, they have tutorials for KitOp, Susan, on YouTube that you can definitely look at, but you know, on Saturday I'm gonna be trying to use it a lot more, especially when making these like sci-fi objects, Susan. So you know, check that out, and I'll like next week I want to continue using KitOps to try and continue building through and adding in all this stuff. Because you know, once I think once we get good with it, it just should be a lot faster to like, you know, add stuff and make stuff and stuff. Like I said, there's some bare walls and stuff, but that's all part of this whole thing. I think this turned out pretty cool. Get this camera. You know, we could do something. Oh my god. Oh no. There we go. You know, we got this cool little guy, cool render here. Going. Thanks for just all of it, like everything, streams, good vibes, possibly to talk about geeky stuff and just overall a support for this community. Yes. So this is it. I'm gonna call it here. Let me switch to a screen here. Yep. All right, guys. Once again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. I do this every Saturday. Sometimes I do this modeling. Sometimes I do the drawing. For the most part, I'm trying to learn how to draw. Use the grease pencil. Today, felt like doing a little modeling. Felt like doing a little add-on. So, you know, I hope you guys have a great day and a great weekend and a great everything. And I hope to see you next Saturday. I'll try to make some more videos. If you have questions about things, make sure to leave comments on my videos. I read them and I see if I should make a video about it if enough people ask about certain things. I like to also figure out problems that people have. So anyway, I hope everybody has a great day, And do you have a link so you get money? No, I don't, but that's okay. It's a great add-on. Don't worry, Susan. Appreciate it. Everybody have a great day. Have a great weekend, Susan. Have a great weekend, Jiraj. Loud car. Have a great weekend, Jiraj. Have a great weekend, Patrick. And somebody else is in here. Hold on. Patrick, Susan, and everybody else. Why is Books, if you're still here. Jacob TV, yes. Have a great day. Good night, guys.